Allô, bonsoir.
Bonsoir.
Hello, how you doing, everyone? How we doing? We're back. So we are going to get ourselves together. Last week we were busy, and so now we're back.
That don't mean we were too busy for y'all. We just had some things that we just could
Yes,
not do.
that's true. We had some things we got to do. We had some things we had to take care of.
A lot was going on too.
I don't know. I feel like I'm in a twilight zone, to be honest.
We are living in something. It might be a twilight zone, some kind of zone, and the zone ain't making no sense.
I've been busy this last couple of days doing some things, but the bits and pieces that I've been getting, I feel like I just don't believe it. I just don't believe it. But okay,
who would ever thunk it, right?
Not only whoever thunk it, it's like I don't know. It's like this common sense is like no longer common anymore.
It is not.
Like they make common sense difficult. Like common sense is difficult and difficulties is common. I don't know. I don't even know what to say. Florida is in the news as always.
Oh, your boy taking on. Oh, you talking about your man taking on Disney?
Didn't we talk about that like last week, the week before last?
No, he done up this game though. He's doing
what?
So apparently Disney's allowed to operate as their own government, like their own city. So they have their own the police department, fire rescue, ambulance services, do their own taxes, everything, right? Because mind you, it's 25,000 acres, right, that Disney owns. And so they get to basically run themselves like their own little government. And he has convinced his senators, his state senators who are his friends, to try to take that status away from Disney. And apparently because the Republicans are the majority, they took that vote and they want to do it effective, but it wouldn't be effective this June 1st. It'll be effective June 1st next year, which again, I think a lot of the things he does them for show, right? Get people all thinking like this is really something that's going to be long standing. But he's already made a ruckus, right? And I saw something yesterday that he basically had people, some of his supporters, pretend to be broke down and basically prevented folks from entering the park. So, and all of the shenanigans that he's involved with, it's estimated that it's going to cost Floridians about $1 billion. But the thing is, I don't think I think he's underestimating how hot Disney's fire is. And he thinks he wants that smoke, but I'm not sure he really wants that smoke.
Well, how hot is Disney's fire?
Disney fire real hot.
Okay.
Disney fire is fire hot.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah. So
the governor,
and even the politicians who are supporting him right now, who like voted for this, whatever this is, or whatever he think it's gonna be, I don't think it's gonna be what he think it is. Once they realize how much money that's going to cost them and possibly cost them their seats, they're going to backtrack. That's why it ain't, even if they do something, it ain't going into effect till next year, because that's going to give them some time to kind of like let this stuff get out of the news and they kind of undo whatever nonsense they're doing publicly. Because I don't think they really want no Disney smoke. I really don't.
So I'm just like,
because Disney own a whole bunch of stuff. They own major networks and all that. Like,
and they not only major networks, but they own they're invested in a lot of other stuff too. Like they have investments.
I'm telling you, I don't know if he wants no Disney smoke, man.
So
bully about to meet a real bully.
Okay, so he's dealing with Disney. He comes out with Disney.
Is it dealing or messing?
Here's my thing. We both live in Florida, so can I ask you a frank question?
Florida?
Do we not have real issues that the governor need to be handling? With Disney.
No, but he don't know how to do real work, so he got to do play work.
Okay. Well, so the real issues we have that the governor has chosen to ignore, and
because he can't handle real work.
because I say that with all the disrespect. He's chosen
all the disrespect.
We have issues with the redistricting, so there's a special session now because the two maps that both the House and the Senate voted on, he vetoed both. When I say both,
about that, he just voted on. Yeah, someone gave me something earlier that it was about the maps. Let me take out my little sheet here. So they voted, the Republican-controlled Florida Senate voted 24-15 along party lines Wednesday to approve a controversial congressional redistricting map handed to them by Governor Ron DeSantis that eliminates 2 Black districts and tilt the balance of the delegation more Republican.
So
you say most stuff, but that's how the article starts.
So here's the thing. You had House Democrats come out, like Dottie Joseph, Representative Dottie Joseph. What's his name again?
Sheriff Jones is Sheriff Jones is mentioned in this article.
Yeah. So you had those. They were on the news yesterday, and one of the key things that Dottie mentioned was that the legislator decided to just throw up their hands and allow the governor to do whatever he wants, as if there's no checks and balances.
Pretty much, and it's like this is one of those things where like there's supposed to be some separation of powers or something going on. Like maybe that's only like a federal thing, because apparently that's not happening in the state of Florida, because he's telling the legislators what to do. It's like
where's your, and my thing is that, and people need to pay attention to that stuff like that, because now the lines are blurred, because you don't
know blurred
where the government.
I took government like when I was like 10, and I'm kind of old now, so maybe I don't remember how it go.
I took government when I was 10, and then I also took political science in college. And I'm telling you now, I
don't even remember
where the governorship start, or where the legislator end, or where they come. There's the lines are blurred. And my thing is that
currently,
at what point now? Where's the intervention? Like, at what point now do you come in and you say, "Hold on, wait a minute, that's not your position. Like, you need to stay."
He's like a perpetual line stepper, like Charlie Murphy talks about. He's a perpetual line stepper because he's stepping over all kind of lines. It's like, bro, that ain't even your business.
But not only that, it's just like it's the same thing that 45 did. Just constantly step over the line.
He absolutely took some pages. Absolutely took some pages out of 45 playbook.
Apparently, they both decided that we're gonna do until they tell us we can't do it. We're just gonna do whatever we want until they tell us we can't do it. So now you have a governor who's making maps when that's not his responsibility. Now you have because of new legislation, they done banned 48% of math books.
Math books talking about CRT
and social emotional learning. Remember
what they're selling now?
And here's the thing with the social emotional learning thing, which is like it boggles my mind. So social emotional learning has always been part of, not always been, but that it's a concept that they've continuously used in middle school, right? And he made a comment on a press conference that says, well, the kids don't need to know what they don't need to feel about math. They just need to know math. Sir, he doesn't even understand.
He's confusing binary numbers with non-binary.
I like how you did that, though. I like it. I like it. It's just like it's like you literally look like you're pulling for straws. That's what you look like. So you banned 48% of math books because your complaint is kids don't need to feel math, they just need to know it because of social emotional learning. Then you said you don't want any indoctrination. How do you indoctrinate somebody with math? How do you indoctrinate somebody with math?
And even if there's some indoctrination going on, it is it's actually hurting people of color. Because I told you before about this assignment that my son had, like when he was in kindergarten, right? And it was a picture of like 6 kids, and it was supposed to be, I was all impressed because it was multicultural, boy, girls, Asian, black, white, all Spanish, all that, right? And the assignment was like, who does not belong? And it was 2 rows. So I thought it was gonna be like one kid on each row was not gonna belong. And it was like they didn't have on hats or something like that. You supposed to, the kindergarten was supposed to identify, and the one that didn't belong was the person that didn't have hat. The only person that didn't belong in that assignment was the black boy. all 6 kids, they had, so you, and what they asked you to do is to put an X on the face, on the one that does not belong. So imagine my kindergartner is taking a picture, and this person, the person that's not belonging, it looks like a black boy, and he got to put an X over the black boy face. So if there's some indoctrination, it's psychologically messing with people of color, and not who this governor is thinking is being abused by CRT. Those books are just continuing to perpetuate some level of white supremacy and trying to make black people and other people of color feel less than. So
he accused the publishers of
I do not understand him at all.
At all.
At all.
He accused the publishers of indoctrinating students, but never gave an example as to
what give none because ain't none
indoctrinations are. And he says, while arguments and bans over CRT make headlines, less is understood about the 2 other claimed bases for the textbook bans: Common Core and social emotional learning. Let's dive into what, like, to me, it's just like Common Core and social emotional learning. Now, initially, the Common Core was created by all GOP legislator in Florida. That was created by them, wasn't created by Democrats. And I'm not saying one is different, one is better than the other, but this is the party he's in. That's something y'all created. All of us did that. Problem now is indoctrination. I don't understand. Is either you created it, your party created it, and it's something good or it's not? Because you have a whole the Speaker of the House decided that he was going to create something for 4th grade for government. I feel like that's indoctrination.
What's his credentials for him to do that? What's the Speaker of the House credentials? Like where he went to? Where did he go learn how to do what he's trying to do right now?
I'm waiting for an answer. I need somebody. If somebody watching, if y'all can tell me what the credentials are with that person who was that you just let us know, because I as far as I know, he was never an educator. So I'm just, So he calls Common Core evil. He calls social emotional learning a waste of time and indoctrination. He says that students are falling behind. I'm just trying. I'm just reading the article because I want y'all to understand. He says that he's issued an executive order to rid the state of Common Core and Common Cores and return to the basics of reading, writing, and arithmetic.
Okay.
What are those bases? Those basics. I'm just trying to find out what they. So he created his little best benchmarks for excellent students thinking. But
you know what's best for anybody?
I don't know.
He's doing what's best for him because he think he's gonna be president. But what he don't, I mean, he's able to bully Floridians. And even like there are a lot of Floridians that are not tolerating the bullying. But I don't think he's gonna be ready for what they're gonna have for him on the national scale. So he's gonna try to get on this national stage and run for president. And he gonna realize he gonna run into some people that's not from Florida. And they're not gonna tolerate the nonsense. Because he got to get people outside of Florida to vote for him if he trying to run for president. And he gonna run into some folks that be like, homie, like, yeah, we're not trying to do none of what you talking about.
He's the equivalent to Herschel, who's running.
Yeah. Oh, Lord.
Yeah, he's the equivalent. I said it. I said it with all the disrespect. I did. Mm-hmm. He's the equivalent. That's what he is.
Hopefully what's happening with Herschel just means Warnock has a better chance. Is all I'm saying.
I feel like I'm living in a twilight zone because I just don't understand how these candidates, these elected officials, how they stand in people's faces that they are sworn to serve and or want to serve.
But they're serving themselves.
I don't know. And with a straight face. And you're looking at people that you're serving with a straight face and you're making it look like you're doing something for them.
And what they understand, I'm like, but you know, these people got to vote for you. And the thing what the people need to really be upset about is that clearly these elected officials think y'all dumb and stupid and don't know nothing. Right? You should be highly offended by that. And not allow them to disrespect you and offend you any further. Is all.
It should vex your spirit that someone that you voted for,
right?
Okay.
And the people, like for instance, the people who went there blocking Disney, acting like their car was broke down. Now, had Disney decide to give them all the smoke that Disney can give, right?
Mm-hmm.
All they had to do was get them towed, and I suspect half of them people probably couldn't afford to get their car from the tow yard. You understand what I'm saying? And then if Disney wanted to trespass them and then arrest them, you think they got bond money? So these people right here about to straight up just blow up their family budget. And I was gonna say something, but it's not gonna come off nice, so I ain't gonna say that. But all I'm gonna say is that they about to blow up their family budget for some dude that ain't finna look out at you. They need to go talk to some of them January 6th protests / rioters / insurrectionists. See how that went for them, right?
And the ones that have been crying on the news saying,
on the news, come out.
45 was gonna come and help us.
You understand what I'm saying? Like the president told me to do it. Why am I out here by myself, defending myself with no support from the person who told me to go and save the democracy from this whatever kind of election it was allegedly, right? So they letting DeSantis have they go over there and mess with Disney now. And then when Disney decided to be like, oh, okay, so we let y'all play for a day. All right. Let me go ahead and really handle this how I'm supposed to handle this. Because, you know, Disney's a brand and they don't want to be out here like towing people cars because it's, you know, but at this point, I think the people who saved all their money to bring their kid, to take their kid on vacation, to go to Disney World that was not allowed to be in that park yesterday is upset, right? So they telling Disney, tow them, arrest them.
Can I tell you that because Disney is still following some COVID protocols that you have to buy your tickets in advance? I went to Disney for spring break, and you had to look on their thing to see if they had room to let you in. Okay, so can you imagine those who paid for their tickets and it was already that's their ticket and they're supposed to be there and they couldn't get in because
they could not get in. Because some people want to fake act like their car broke down.
I don't get it.
I'm telling you.
I don't get it. I just don't get it. And my thing is that really, Satan, this is the hill you want to die on? This is what we're doing?
No, them people who pretending to be broke down, y'all want to die on the hill with this dude? He gonna leave you hanging. Talk to them January 6 people that's out here whining. There's a guy, one of the guys, I think that guy was from Ohio, that was in court last week because he went to trial on his case because he was one of the ones that was facing a more serious charge. Mm-hmm. Don't ask me his name because I won't be able to tell, but his attorney was on like MSNBC or something like that. And they basically the way they were handling the case, they was like the man was acting on behalf of the president. The president told him to do something. That's why he was doing it. And then he also was trying to say like, because the guys, it's the president, you know what I mean? Like if the president asks you to do something, you got to do it. And so he was overwhelming, sucked in. And that's what got him to do all of the things that he did. The jury ain't buy it. And I think he got convicted. But the thing is like, this is what these people are getting sucked in to DeSantis mess because DeSantis ain't even fighting his own fight, right? He got everybody else fighting it for him. He just saying stuff and then gonna get the senators to go pass legislation because he can't do it. And then he gonna just set them up to go lose their jobs. He got these people out here burning gas. You know how much gas costs? And I don't know how far they drove to go to Orlando to.
Can you repeat the gas part for me, please? Can you repeat?
Listen, how expensive gas is? Like I barely go places. And I used to run. I'll be up and down. I'd be like, "You want me to go where?" No, I think I'll be there Friday. How about that? And let me go ahead and run all them errands at one time.
It's mind-boggling how he's going after Disney, but then also going after Twitter for Elon Musk. Like what are you doing? So Florida ain't got no problems, sir? Man, Florida ain't got no problems that you need to be governing. We have inflation is killing us over here. People are playing there's no relief.
Too damn high.
There's no relief for people, but you have time.
Damn high.
time to go for intangible things like Disney and fucking and Twitter. My bad. Sorry. It's to the point where like I just don't understand. I don't understand. You're going after Twitter and Disney, but your state people are begging you to help them with their rent relief, to help them with their mortgage relief because of inflation. But you have time to go pussyfoot
people
around.
barely buy groceries. You can't find stuff in the store. All these governors have lost their mind. So the Texas governor is out. So we're gonna talk about this. So the Texas governor out there shipping immigrants to DC. All right. And I think the funny thing, his buses only hold like about 30 people in there. I'm like, what kind of bus you on? So I don't know. So he out here, I think they said he done took 5 buses down there. And because of what he's doing, he's affecting the supply chain, right? I could barely get pasta in the store because ain't none in there. I order my stuff from like Shipped, and then they be like, well, the store don't got this, the store don't got that, the store don't got this, and the store don't got none of this. So the store barely got stuff. Okay. This man's out here doing stuff, interfering with the supply chain because he just bust like 150 people in 5 different buses or something to DC for what? Mind you, states can't control immigration, but okay.
I
don't know. Like people got real problems, bro.
My thing is you cannot be so blinded by party affiliation that you don't think and care about.
So now you're talking to the legislators that were elected to represent the people that wants to just go with these governors instead of
blinded by your party affiliation. You just can't. Yeah. You cannot be blinded. You cannot be so far into your party that you don't realize the people you
but you remember when the Republican Party in Pennsylvania told a man, they said, we ain't sent you we ain't send you there to think. You remember when they were trying to impeach Trump? And one guy was like, I was there, like, homie, we ain't sent you there to think.
What did he say? We didn't send you to vote your conscience.
We didn't send you there to think. We ain't sent you there to vote your conscience. We ain't send you there for none of that. Just go ahead.
And my thing is
doing something, do it too.
I just don't want to believe that constituents, voters, registered voters can sit back and idly sit back and see how other people or themselves be affected by people like that. Like, I just don't, it's a no-brainer for me.
I think they're kind of just not paying attention because that's the only way it makes sense to me. It's like you just kind of ain't paying attention. You be like, you know what? I'm going to just go ahead and stick my head in the sand and come out later because I don't like
black people. I'm gonna shout out my black people.
Everybody, not just black people. It's all people.
All people.
All people. Y'all better get it together. This is
serious.
This is dangerous. This is serious. This is dangerous, and this is some very terrible precedent that's being set.
More than terrible.
This for everybody.
But I'm just saying, I got the black people. Y'all just, everybody, yes, but black people, please, y'all, because they're starting to honeymoon you all because they really know how important the black vote is. But this is beyond dangerous.
This is dangerous.
This is beyond dangerous.
Yep.
And they're
feelings, telling people what they can say, what they can't do. Like if you don't like folks, you about to just go try to mess with their whole stuff. And like just a little bit on that Disney stuff. He's affecting, like, you know how many people Disney employ? I think you said it last time. It was like 72,000 people. Yeah, the resources that he wants to stop Disney from taking care of themselves with their own money. I don't know what county he think in that area is going to be able to take on 25,000 acres of anything to provide law enforcement, medical services, all of that. Like, dude, are you really thinking about the people in your state?
And not only that, but and Disney is sitting on billions, maybe trillions of dollars, right? They can decide and say, you know what? Forget Florida. We're going to just move our operation somewhere else.
Well, that might be easier said than done, but the thing is that it's still going to have a financial impact that's really big on the state.
Right. I'm not in shock, but I'm just like confused. I'm confused.
And the thing is, like, you can tell he don't care about the state because he ain't trying to stay. Like, you know what I mean? Like, please God, don't let him get reelected or whatever. He's just gonna be leaving, and so the other thing that's gonna be interesting to see is if he changed the resign to run policy since he wants to run for president.
Mm-hmm. 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 Mm-hmm.
See if you're
Because
gonna
what's
switch
good for
that
the
up.
goose is never good for the gander, honey.
Not to never.
Okay, I'm just, I don't know. So we are in midterm elections,
Hey,
right?
Tamiko.
Oh, hey, Tamiko. We are in midterm election, and I sent you an article, co-host, about what this looks like. So
Well, it looked like y'all need to really vote blue.
listen, they're man. So they're like about, how many seats here for the Senate? There's about 6 seats up for the Senate.
U.S. or state?
U.S.
Okay.
Not state. State, we're at a disadvantage here in Florida. Just we're at our numbers are extremely low. Like we would have to be working all this midterm election, all the 24 midterm elections in order to be in a good space in 2026. Like I think that's
it can be done though, people. It can be done.
It can. I feel like if they concentrate on what they're doing,
it will be done.
I think we have a great shot in 2026 flipping Florida. But I think the issue at hand is that the minute that you have the opposite of the presidency's party that's in the U.S. that takes the Senate and the House, nothing gets done, no work. Or no legislation gets passed. Nothing passes because they have the majority. And again, people, not just Black people, but everybody, you really need to look at someone's motives and their agenda. If they're willing to ignore their constituents and vote on party lines. Because when you think about it, when we're talking about a U.S. legislator now, not just the states, when you think about it, everything that passes affects us all, right?
Yeah.
All of us are affected by it. So if you look at your representatives that's in Washington and they're voting party lines rather than making sure that they put your best interests, they don't get to keep their jobs.
They should not at all ever.
They shouldn't keep their jobs. You're not doing the job that you were elected to do. You're doing the job that your party wants. Like, I don't understand how.
And it ain't even like the whole party, because I think a lot of times they just seem to do a lot of stuff that's really corporate interest and not necessarily the interest of the people, right?
Yeah.
Or they trick the people, trick the people into thinking like this is what's best for them, because it hardly ever is. It hardly ever is.
I guess maybe I'm just naive or ignorant to the fact that this country has operated in this space for so long, and that I'm naive to believe that there could be a possibility that change for the better in terms of putting people first could always be at the precipice where we can look forward to something like that. But now, to me, I feel like after 45 is like we're going to hell in a handbasket. I'm confused. I'm literally confused. There's no decorum. There's no political decorum. All of that is out the window. I'm just so confused. And the people and these representatives are so hateful. Hateful people. Y'all got to do better.
We have to do better.
We have to do better. So for local news, we have local candidates running for school board commissioners in local cities, as well as Broward Commission. And I'm just,
so last time it was that at-large seat that had way too many Black people in it.
Right
now, I think it's seat 5. Right,
District 5 for school board has a whole host of people running for it. And I have to say, there's some repeat offenders in this race. Yeah, I call them offenders. There's some repeat offenders in this race, and some of the word on the street is like, some people feel like people just running to be just an elected official, but don't have the community best interests, and some people feel that this is like I don't know, it feels like deja vu. It really did, because district congressional seat 20 had what, 10 black people running?
Was it 10? I thought it was like, it might have been more than 10.
Oh, it started off as 20, and then it started to dwindle down a little bit.
Yeah.
There was it was a whole host, and then it was the top 10 that ended up. It was 10. We were down to 10, right?
11. I think it was 11.
I'm down to 11 or 10. But the thing, what was like straight up foolery about it is that only 40 something thousand people came out and voted. It was just, yeah.
And I was more annoyed by the people that gave up their jobs to do that, and a lot of folks did.
Well, now this time around, I'm not sure anybody gave up their job.
I don't think they're gonna. It's gonna be like that this time.
So this time around, there's not that many people giving. I mean, well, there's a couple of people who can take who.
No, I think some of the people that gave up their job and lost their job, they gonna run again. Because they ain't got a new job yet.
Well, yeah, I did see that.
I think some people who ain't got no job. I guess they got a job. They just don't got a job in politics.
Right.
And they're
running. I see that Del Honas did decide to run again for District 20.
Listen, I ain't calling nobody name now. I ain't trying to get yelled at.
Oh, you're not supposed to call nobody names?
I ain't calling no names. I don't need to get no. I don't need nobody sliding into my DMs talking about stuff I don't know. Especially when I said somebody ain't got no job. Now they gonna try to think I said he ain't got no job.
Oh, okay. No, that's not what we were saying. I was just pointing out that
who's running, who's actually running.
And I thought that Ms. Sharif was going to run again, but she decided to run for a state house seat instead. I think it's Chevron Jones's seat currently.
Is that her area now? Because we don't know who nobody. Do we know if that's her area for sure? Because it seems like this map keep being an issue, or is that map settled?
I think that map is settled.
Some of the map is settled and some ain't. Okay.
Yeah. Some of the map is settled and some is not. But she officially put out that she is running, and currently Chevron Jones has that seat that she's running for.
Wait, so she gonna be running against Chevron Jones, or is that the seat he had before?
That's the seat he has now.
Oh, that's gonna be interesting.
I for some reason I felt like he was gonna move up. That's what I thought.
I don't know because he gave up his rep seat and he's a state senator now, so there's no. But why did I think he could keep his seat for 4 years though? Why did I think?
No,
she might be running for his old seat or something, or some new.
Maybe I don't know. I gotta double check that
because I think for some reason I think his position is a 4-year seat, but I could be wrong too. I don't know.
I gotta double check because I think it's because when I saw it, I pulled it up and see who was in that seat, and it was him.
Okay,
we'll see.
Why are we doing this again? I don't know.
Why are we doing what again?
All these same people running for the same job.
I don't know.
I mean, again, I ain't no dream killer. Don't interpret what I'm saying as
she's running for the state Senate seat. She is
against Chevron Jones.
That's the seat she's running for.
Okay.
That's the seat she's running for. She's running for. You said he's a state senator, right?
That's what I think.
Yes. So it says District 35. Senate District 35. Announces her candidacy for Florida State Senate District 35.
Yeah, he's a senator. Senator Chevron Jones.
What district is that? 35?
Black Democrat they say he's from Miami Gardens, but he's not. He's from West Park. But, he's unless they redistrict or something.
No, because I looked it up and I said, what district is District 35? When I pulled it up, it was hers. I mean, it was his.
Okay.
So.
All right.
Mm-hmm. So she's running for his seat. And he just got that seat, right?
Yeah, so maybe it's 2 years, not 4.
Okay.
But she could be running in 24. Maybe it could be that she's running in 24 or 22.
Oh, let me look.
She could be running in 24. Maybe she's just, setting the groundwork and putting it out there. Yeah, that's possible that she's running in 24. She's just putting people on notice. Get the name recognition. It could be for a seat in 24.
Let's see. Yeah, she just announced. So it could be for, I mean, would she be running? Would she just announce if it's like 2? No.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah, they do that because remember, so so on the congressional Senate side, what's that lady name? Feinstein, the one from California that's like 88 years old. She's already she announced that she's running for re-election again in like 2026 or something like that, right? I ain't laugh. Oh God, forgive me. And then the word came out. So there was some words on the street last week that her mind ain't right. You know what I'm saying? So she announced 4 years in advance of that she running for a seat, and she like a whole 88. So maybe, you know, Barbara could announce 2 years early that she plans on running for that seat, because, you know, you got to raise money and get people to know who you are and let them know what you're trying to do. So campaigning 2 years in advance is probably very smart on her part.
Okay. I mean, I'm just trying to see, like, I'm looking to see on her paperwork to see where it says it's thing. I'm trying to see because she's. I mean, yeah, campaigning is a lot.
I think his seat is up now. I didn't think so. I don't think his seat is up. I think she's
the senators have 4 years.
Yeah, I think the state senators have 4 years. It's the reps. Yeah, I think it's 4.
Okay,
they get 4.
All right. Well, she just announced in recently, like in March.
Yeah, she might just be terms. Yeah, I think she just announced it early to just let people know.
Okay.
Yeah, they serve 4-year terms. The senators serve 4-year terms, staggered 2.
So 2024
terms, and representatives serve 2. So yeah, it's a 4-year term. So she just announced it early.
Okay. All right. Well, I mean, that gives Senator.
When we don't have staff, people to research for us. Like, ain't nobody in our ear, so we got to do it ourselves. So thank you, Google.
We appreciate you. She announced March 27th. Oh no, she's running. She said the primary is 8/23/2022.
That don't make no. Didn't he just win in 20? Or was that 2000? That couldn't have been 2018.
No. She says announces her race for Democratic seat. She said this says primary. This is on her picture thing. Primary is August 23rd, 2022.
She not running. She running for Chef's old seat.
It says state senate.
All right.
That's what it says. Let me screenshot and send to you, Chad. So
okay.
That's what it says.
Well, come talk to us, Barbara, and clear it up. Because we confused. You do have to start talking to these candidates. So
okay,
candidates in another month or so.
I'm gonna send them an email because I somebody need to explain it to me, because you just looked up the time frame and you said it was 4 years.
Yes, it said 4 years, and I thought he just won in 20. And they refer to him as a senator. So.
And I would think that he would want to do at least 2 terms.
Isn't that 35? Which one did Oscar just run for? What did Oscar just win? Wasn't that 35?
33.
33? Oh, okay.
30.
Okay.
33. But I know that there's going to be
Oscar's number is changing. Isn't her number changing?
That's what I was going to tell you.
35?
I
think her number's changing.
I thought it was going to turn to 34 because there's another woman who's running and wants to run in the seat that Oscar currently won. So there's another woman running, another Black woman running. She already put it out.
What kind of confusion you causing DeSantis? People don't even know what the seat numbers are no more.
But you sitting there running behind Twitter and Disney, and we got problems.
And you can't handle none of that. You got your league, homie.
Oh Lord, I just can't take it.
We can't figure out what seat, who got what the numbers are no more.
I just can't take it. So I always want to give you information. The program Our Florida is still in existence. This was initially created when the pandemic came and people couldn't pay their rent. However, I did hear something, and I'm going to confirm it when I get the information, that they are trying to give people rental assistance beyond the pandemic. So I think that there's some sort of relief coming through that in terms of the inflation. And I'm not sure if they did the full transition, but I did see an article about that. I should have printed it out so I can give you more information, but I will make sure that I get that information out to you all. But the website is www.myflorida.com, and it's the program is called Our Florida. And it's supposed to help with rental assistance, and that goes for renters as well as landlords. So please visit that. There's money there that could be that is sitting there that can be used. Please do not sleep on it. Go get you some money to help you all with your rent. Black Excellence this week is and the reason why I found this young lady is because it's college kind of prep things. I do have a junior who is going to do some college. Thank you, Tamiko, for typing that in. College. She's going to be visiting some colleges this summer, so she can be prepared for when she graduates next year. So while I was looking, I was on Florida State University, and they had a.
Why would you start with Florida State? Like, okay, I'm just kidding. Go ahead.
We're going to visit UM, we're going to visit UF, and we're going to visit FSU, just so you know. So they had a student spotlight, and it was a beautiful young lady, Black girl named April Hunter. And she was named 2022 Truman Scholar among the most coveted undergraduate awards in the country. And she got that award, okay? And the reason the award is obviously after President Truman, because he was they considered him such a great public servant. She is doing her undergrad in computer science, and she's on goal and on track to work with the government. She'll be working for the government and doing her studies there, getting her master's degree. So she did get this, and I just wanted to just highlight the sweet girl, because she was just on when you go on the page for Florida, what is this? Florida State University. Her picture's right there up in front, and I was really proud to see her. So I felt like we need to give her a little love. And wanted to show her that Black excellence is everywhere. She's not from Florida. She's from another state, but but that's Black excellence right there, honey, because it's not easy. The university and several other universities have to vote on these individual students, and for her to get there and be awarded that, and also get like $30,000 is amazing. So amazing. Get your coins, girl, for your platform. That's right. Great in these streets. No student loans, no time soon. So get your coins, sis. Get your coins. All right. So I wanted to talk a little bit about Black agenda, but I didn't want to push it because I know some people's agendas are different from others. But I honestly feel like
race and politics.
Well, here's my thing. These local candidates. One of the questions that I asked one of them that called me was like, "What's your Black agenda? What does that look like?" Because at the end of the day, I think early on in the show, before when we just started, we both said that every piece of legislation and every action that Black people push and fight for, every other race benefits from it.
Race, gender, everything. All the categories benefit.
All categories benefit. So when I say Black agenda, and people say, well, all you think about is Black people, and what? Yes, because whatever we do, y'all benefit.
Whatever we get, y'all get more.
You get more. Whatever we get,
y'all get more
for y'all. Okay. Mm-hmm. We don't get icing. Okay, we just
knock down the doors and then y'all rush in.
And then not only do y'all benefit, but you take it away as if it was yours. It was like you created it. No, you didn't. If it wasn't for us, you wouldn't have it.
Just give people credit when credit is due.
You know what I'm saying? Stop. You just
knowledge. Knowledge we did it instead of trying to rewrite history.
Thank you. Say thank you.
Knowledge.
Just say thank you. So my question to some of these black candidates and elected officials.
There's a whole bunch of y'all too. I think y'all should spread out a little bit more, but okay.
I think y'all should venture out because we're talking about, let's talk about mainly Broward.
We need y'all in a whole bunch of places.
There's places in Broward County that would benefit from more black candidates and black elected.
All y'all running in for one.
There's some cities that does not have not one black person on their days. I can count on my fingers. I can count, not even count that my fingers. We have 31 cities in Florida and Broward. About 30, yes, 31. Something like that. So there's some cities that has not one drop.
Not a nail
of a black presence. Not one drop. Not one drop. They may have a drop in the workforce, the employees.
The labor.
They don't have nobody on the dais. I'm just saying. Right? So I think y'all need to spread out and also spread the black agenda, because the black agenda benefits everybody. And so when we start getting these
gotta get in all the rooms.
All of them. Be at all the tables.
All of them.
And bring a chair if you don't have a chair for you.
You know what I'm saying? Stand up.
Or carry a chair with you.
Just be in that room.
I'm just saying, y'all be bungling up into these spaces or whatever. There's enough of us here.
And it's a lot. It's enough work that needs to be done that we should just
spread the wealth, honey. Spread it.
Yes, please.
So my questions are coming from, once we start interviewing these candidates, is what's the black agenda? What that look like?
Mm-hmm.
I want to know what that looks like, and is that a priority to you?
Please be intentional.
Mm-hmm. I just want to know what that look like.
We need y'all to be intentional,
deliberate, laser focused.
Yep.
And every time you say something, there need to be a black in it somewhere.
Mm-hmm.
Black people, black communities, disenfranchised. The governor is continuously keeping black people disenfranchised. Why? Look at the map. Look at the special session we're in. You want to dismantle black districts on purpose. If that's not disenfranchisement, I don't know what is. Mm-hmm. So local elected officials, what is the black agenda? Barbara Sharif, what's your black agenda, sis? Dr. Osgood, you just won your seat. You have a black agenda? I mean, I know the ones that are in the Senate seats now and House seats that have made it clear that there's black agenda for them. I'm just trying to figure out what y'all doing. That's all. I need to know. So candidates that are coming up or whatever, my first question will be, what is your black agenda? And what does that look like?
Tamiko said you calling them out, and she called them out by name, Tamiko.
You know me. I say what I say, and it is what it is. What is your black agenda? You know, campaigning and giving people candidate responses is all well and good, but what's your black agenda?
Mm-hmm.
What are you doing? Where does black people fit into what you're trying to do or whatever? Are you planning on dismantling foolery when you see it? Are you planning on being the person to say, I don't care how you gonna say it, what's the black agenda? Now, Osgood has sat on the dais when she was in school board and talked about black people a lot. So I'm gonna give her that, because everything she said is about her people, her black babies, and all that other stuff. So I can't take that from her. But the Senate seat's a whole different ball game, and so I just need to know what the black agenda is. That's all.
Mm-mm-mm.
I just want to know. I just want to know, because at the end of the day, I want to know what the priorities are. Because when you become an elected official at the Senate level, the House level, school board, whatever, you're able to see things that regular people like us who are not within that group are able to see. And if you're able to see something or whatever, you need to bring that back to your people, back to the constituents, and say, hey,
you're in the room. You're in the room.
You're in the room. This is what I see.
In the room where it happens.
Okay, so this is what I see. This is what we need to do. Not, don't give the peripheral elected official response. This is what I see, and this is what we need to do.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of them go to Tallahassee or Washington and then come back and give you tidbits. No, I need the nitty gritty. You are allowed to tell us, and we're allowed to be privy. We elected you for a reason. I need to know what we need to do. You need to come in here and be like, be intentional, be deliberate. This is what's going on. They give zero about us, zero. So this is what we need to do. I just want to know what the black agenda is. Every time you do something, it needs to intentionally be a black agenda thing. every single time. So when they see you, they know, oh, she all about her black people. Yup, that's what, or he's all about his black people. And it's not about really calling them out. It's really saying what's going on, what we doing, what we doing. Because I sent you a clip about I forgot the name of the lady. And she's a doctor. She has her doctorate, but she was talking to a group. She was talking to 2 white women, and she was talking about allyship. Remember, I sent it to you.
Yeah.
We talk about allyship. One of the things she said, and is a takeaway for me that I'll never forget. She was like, "I don't call white people ally. I don't need an ally. I need an accomplice, right? Because accomplice gets things done." So for me, that really struck me because I keep talking about it. It means a lot to me. She's right. We don't need allies. I need somebody who's going to be an accomplice. I need somebody when I call, say, okay, what time, when you need me to come there, I'm ready to go. That's what I need. I don't need somebody to be like, okay, well, what do you need me to do? Or how can I support you? I need somebody to be like, where we going? What time? When you ready? You want me to
rolling?
You driving or I'm driving? Which
we rolling.
And there's no questions about how we doing this or whatever. What you need, where I need to go, where I need to be played. Do you need me to stand right here? Do you need me to talk to that person over there? Do you need me to use my body to shield you? What you need? I need an accomplice. I don't need an ally. So the white people, when y'all walking around talking about I'm your ally, I don't need that. No, thank you. I need an accomplice. You ready to go? When I say jump, you ready to jump in and get it done? Because
your hands better sometimes.
Listen, at the end of the day, white people listen to white people, don't they? I'm just saying, white people listen to white people. So when you come over here, you want to tell us about what we know. I hate when white people come and tell us about our plight.
Yeah, don't tell me about my stuff. I fully understand my stuff. I understand it. Don't try to tell me.
I don't need you to tell me
nothing about what my experience is like. Don't tell me. You don't need to ask me a question, but don't tell me. I live this every day.
Okay? You don't need a long time. You don't need to tell me about that white person over there, about this other white person. You don't need to tell me that. What you need to do is go to your white people
and go talk to them.
You don't need to tell me nothing. So when you come and you want to tell, you want to like you're trying to be on my side and say, "Oh yeah, that person is trash." No, I don't need that. I don't need that.
Go tell them they trash.
You go tell them.
Go tell them they trash.
Go tell your peoples. I don't need an ally. I need an accomplice. I need somebody that's gonna be like, we ride at dawn. Okay, so white people listen to white people. So I don't have time for all of that. And elected officials, black people listen to black people too. So if y'all gonna be elected officials and candidates or whatever, what is the black agenda?
And do it for the people, not just so you could keep getting reelected. Like that's part of what's happening, right? Is people get into those spaces and all they're concerned about is preserving their spot in that space, and even if it's at the expense of the people who they were sent there, who sent them there to represent them. And that's where we gotta people gotta stop being afraid of losing their spot in that room.
And what was one of the things that when we just met, I had a conversation with you and I said, I don't understand it, Sandra. These people, all these people running to be in elected officials or whatever, they don't even get paid that much or whatever and stuff like that. What did you tell me?
It's about the power. It's not about the money. It's about the power and the proximity to power. It's the access. That's what it's about. It's not about the money. It's not about the money. It's
and that is a dangerous combination.
Yeah.
When you think about it, because now constituents are no longer a factor. They're no longer a factor. And people like that. So you have to really look at when people are running for office, how many times they run, which seats they run for. If they're going from one seat to the next, they're moving all over the place. All of those things mean something. And people
be careful who you trust with that power. You have to be very careful.
And be careful
people that power too.
And be careful who people decide that they're going to move from one seat to a total opposite seat that don't have nothing to do with like they're not even part of that. You know, when you think about it, when you see a candidate or elected official who was in this realm and then jumped to something else, you're like, well, wait a minute, the baby steps. You progress slowly.
It ain't even no baby step. It's like, where you going though? Like you just all over the place.
All over the place.
You just all over the place.
That's very important for people to pay attention to. I'm being completely honest because I ran for office and the stuff you hear in the background when you talk to other candidates, you're like, you ran for who? Well, how many times? But so you ran for this seat, but that seat is like opposite from that seat. Like how do you run from It's just a career candidates. I hate to say it, but
it's better than career candidates than career politicians. Because if they candidates, that mean they ain't won nothing yet. So keep being a candidate if you want to. Just if your agenda is not to do the right thing, then keep losing.
Then the question becomes, when you see a candidate and they've been running for several things, can you take them seriously?
So if it's different things, it's hard to keep them seriously. Because I have a classmate who either ran for judge or name went up to the governor 18 times before she actually won. But she kept running to be a judge. She wasn't trying to be like all this other stuff. But she didn't win until the 18th time that she tried. So if that's what the person really wants to do, I'm not going to tell them not to do it. But what gets really what I give a side eye to is like when you all over the place, right?
And that's why
she ran. And then also we have a judge in Broward, Phoebe Francois. I think she ran or whatever about 16 times or something before she got her seat. So but they kept running and trying to be the same thing, not a whole bunch of things that like just so running a whole bunch of times I'm not necessarily against, as long as it's for the same thing. Now when you just one day is this, the next day is that, and sometimes there's some things that really are progression, because I know someone who ran for office and they kind of just went for the top count in the very first time, and then people like, for real though, nobody don't know you, and then they stepped back, ran for another seat, and then running again for the other seat. But now they've set up their name, showed people what they can do, and I think they're in a better position. So like if you do something like that, then I think that is okay too. But if it's like every time we turn around, your name on the ballot for something else, it's like, good Lord, like what you doing?
And that's my thing. For me, you said side eye, but I can't take someone serious if you ran for different positions. And it's like every other cycle, like it's every cycle you go from one thing to the next. And I'm like, well, okay, to me, I feel like when you run for something several times, there's consistency. You are versed in that position.
And that's what you're trying to do. Just like Sheila, she ran for that US seat 3 times and she finally got it. But that's what she wanted to do,
That was her passion, and that's what she wanted to do. And she immersed herself in that.
Made it happen.
Your time is a charm. I respect people like that. Let me take that. I do respect people but I appreciate them because there's a level of consistency.
And there's commitment a level to that position.
Yes, right. And there's a level of understanding and experience that why they're pushing for a seat like that. But if you're running one day, you're running for the congressional seat, the next day you're running for House seat, then the next time you're running for the Senate seat, then the next time you're running for school board, then the next time you're running for a commissioner seat, then you run. I can't take you seriously. I just can't.
And it's like when they gotta change their address to run too. So
that's another thing.
I ain't talking about nobody though, but that's
and I wouldn't be so side-eye about that if that was a seat that you kept on running for, and then you were, you know what I'm saying, like, or even on the same level, even on the same level, I still would probably like, okay, but I can't take you serious. I'm sorry, I can't. I refuse. That's just where I'm at. So, and I'm not saying
420,
huh?
So today's 420.
Happy 420 to everybody that get their puff pass on.
420.
I've never had a chance to puff pass before. I plan on doing it before I die, though. I want to at least try it once. I never.
So that's why they need to just go ahead and legalize it and take it off the Schedule 1 in the federal level, right?
That's all. I want to feel good and be hungry. I'd like to try it. That's what I
so apparently, there was a Oakland Park. Was it Oakland Park or was it Oakland Park that was trying to get a dispensary or something in their city?
Yes.
And some folks voted against it.
Yes.
Some people mad.
I just,
what y'all doing, Oakland Park? Go ahead and just vote for that thing.
Why can't they get it?
Unless they were saying like, oh, we need to make sure some people of color have access to, the shops or whatever that y'all building, then I don't understand why you said no.
And I have to look up the makeup of the Oakland Park commission. So
we know at least I know two. I could think of 2 names off the top of my head. I forgot who the third person was, but
okay,
we know.
I'm just saying it looks like haters want to get a piece of the pie, and then because they're not getting a piece of the pie, they just was like, no.
I don't know what it is, but it was surprising.
I don't get it. I don't get it. I think we just go ahead and legalize it. And some of us would like to try puff pass at least one time. I would like to try it.
Yeah.
I mean, President Clinton got a chance to puff pass.
Yeah, I'll get it together, man.
I need to, I don't know if Clinton, if you ever see this, I don't know if you could talk to some of your peoples and see if we can get puff pass, because I just want to try it one time. That's all. I want to feel lazy, sleepy, and hungry. I want to do all of those things.
All that.
I feel like
so we now gotta just take it off. The federal people take that thing off the Schedule 1. That makes no sense because they use it for medicinal purposes, right?
Right.
And all these states that's worried about, it's a gateway, and then everybody gonna end up on crack or heroin or something crazy. It's enough people that's been smoking weed for long enough for y'all to know that ain't it. That's not
opioids people that you need to be worried about.
That the doctors gave them the prescription for their backache, and now they trying to get heroin on the street. So be more concerned about them.
Well, the difference between the opioid and the weed heads. There's a difference.
The weed is. I think they compare the opioid people to the crack addicts of the late 80s.
Oh, okay. Well,
ain't no weed head doing nothing close to what the opioid people.
I think that's a good comparison with the crack.
Yeah, the people on weed ain't doing nothing close to none of that other stuff. No.
And I know
they gonna do is like eat all your chips.
Heads, and they function right.
And they ain't trying to go nowhere. They're like, I'm sitting right here in front of this TV. They ain't going outside.
They're gonna be chilling. They be like
trying to drive.
Listen, movies are better.
I'm just sit right here.
We just gonna pull out. That's all we doing. We just
ain't trying to go nowhere.
And we don't have they don't have attitude.
And they ain't gonna be aggressive because they be like, yo, that's gonna take just a little too much energy. So
go ahead somewhere, man. I'm not even trying to mess with you.
All right, y'all. So in the spirit of 420, kind of get it together.
That's all I'm saying. I'm convinced that the COVID. I'm convinced that COVID has left some people in hysteria
with a lot of anxiety, and some legislation would help them a little bit.
There's a level of hysteria that I think that 420 in the puff pass can help get everybody acclimated. We need to put people on a calm.
Get them back to zen.
Let's start a movement and get this puff pass on the ballot.
What else?
All right. So, any final thoughts, co-host?
That was my final thought. Today's 420. We need to get with it. I don't know, Oakland Park, bring that thing back up. What y'all gonna do, man? Let me be out here, be great in these streets.
Right. You know what I'm saying? And so I'm gonna end with 422. For those who have their their gummy bears, gummy worms, and all that other stuff, enjoy today. I advise you all to just take one. I know the package tells you can take 1 to 3 in 90 minutes. That's what I heard. That's what I heard. But I heard you taking 3. That just,
especially if you ain't about that life. Don't try to be about that life today.
Ease into it.
Don't try to be about that life today.
Not today. Just ease into it though.
Especially if you got to work
tomorrow. One and work your way up, cause man, there's been some stories. So listen, be happy. 420 is happy day. So be happy, be mellow. Go watch
some yoga, burn some sage to get that negative energy out.
Get it on out. I think that the Batman movie is on HBO Max if you have it. So it was in a movie.
It's for free, or you got to pay for it.
If you have
HBO Max, you can watch it. Okay, so see, I don't know these things. I don't.
If you have HBO Max and you pay for HBO Max. Well, if you have AT&T, you can get HBO Max for free.
AT&T is your phone service?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
You can get it for free. Shameless plug, but you can get it for free if you have AT&T. And hop on there and do 420. Go watch that movie and enjoy it.
Watch Batman, I guess.
Listen,
I haven't been to a movie in I don't know how many years.
I can't do it. The numbers got to be at 1. The COVID numbers need to be 1. There'd be one person in the whole state has COVID.
Okay. No B8.2 or whatever that one is.
Whatever percentage that is. All right, be happy, people. We'll be sending out emails to candidates. Hopefully, we'll get a candidate on next week. We'll
start talking to them.
Yep, by talking to them, and then we just wish y'all the best. You know what I'm saying?
Yes,
the governor's up in 2022, and
you got to go, y'all. Nikki Fried, who is it? Nikki Fried, Charlie Chris. Those are the only two I'm gonna say. I ain't gonna say the other person.
Nikki Fried and Charlie Chris.
No, those are
Nikki Fried and Charlie.
They're trying to so Nikki Fried and Charlie Chris is gonna be their primary is August 23rd, 2022.
Is it 23rd or 22nd? Yeah, no, 23rd.
23rd, 2022. And so one of them is going to end up running against DeSantis.
Mm-hmm.
And one of them should win.
Is what you call it? Well, they don't have a primary, right? The one that's running against Marco Rubio. No, there's another Democrat running. Yes, Val Demings is also in 2020. Is also the primary at the same time, right?
Yes, that's for the Florida Senate seat.
Florida Senate seat.
Yes.
So who's running? What's her name again? I forgot. Val Demings.
Mm-hmm.
Make sure you that
Marco Rubio support her campaign.
Marco Rubio and Rick Scott voted against Ketanji Jackson Brown. They got to go.
Imagine that.
That's one thing, but there's a whole list of other stuff why they have to go.
Yeah, they're not doing much for our state
at all. So they have
just costing us money, making us lose money. We're not getting what we should have.
Yeah,
they just
So she's on the ballot. Charlie Chris.
Ayala Amaris is running for Florida Attorney General.
Yes.
She used to be the state attorney in Orlando. Yep. Go check her out.
Yeah, check her. Yeah. That's a good matchup right there. I like that one.
Yeah, we need that.
Well, y'all need to go. Yeah, go check her out because she bought that life.
She's serious.
She bought that life.
Yep.
All right. So we'll bid you all adieu, and then hopefully puff pass next year. I'll be
in May. Is it May next week yet or not yet? No, it won't be May yet.
No, not yet. Yeah. But it's coming down. Listen, the kids are gonna be summer school before we know it, child.
Now, listen, my classes.
When your classes end?
So I have some that ended this week.
Oh.
And then today's what's today?
Today's
okay, so I have for my session 3 classes, they end tomorrow in terms of lecturing.
Okay.
And then the following week, my session 1 classes end.
Okay.
So by the time May 4th come, I'll be off for the summer.
Free.
I'm ready to be off for the summer.
You need the break.
Ooh, I do. I got to find some stuff to do though, So I think I'm going to try to do some, campaign election type stuff for the summer. I might, immerse myself in that since I ain't going to be teaching.
There you go.
I might do that.
And I'm trying to take the kids to the African American Library in DC. If you have time, you should try to take the kids over there. Apparently, it's quite a. They're open
up because they were closed for a while. So
yeah, they were, but they're open back. And the great thing is there's no wait list, and you can get a time to schedule.
To just go in. Yeah, we could probably do DC.
I think I'm gonna do DC with the kids, but but I was told that you got to take your time in there.
Yeah, of course, and I think you have to do it in more than one day. You need more than one day to actually do it.
Right.
Yeah. So we're trying. So I think I'm trying to do road trip through Texas, but we don't see how that go. Yes.
Oh.
We did a road trip last summer.
So
I think I want to do Southwest. So we'll see.
I think that's a great, but just be careful because it get kind of funky around.
We only drive during the daytime.
Okay. Gotta be careful, sis. I'm just like
I know where I live.
Okay, because it's like driving in Gainesville.
Don't be talking about no Gainesville, girl.
Why not?
That's where University of Florida at. I went to school in Gainesville.
I know. I have to go there. I mean,
Now the road you take to get there might be interesting. But Gainesville.
That's my point. That's what I'm trying to tell you.
I'm talking about the Mail though.
But that's what I'm trying to tell you though. Are you far removed when you're in Gainesville though?
Gainesville is just like you just in Gainesville. It's just a college. It ain't really you ain't really trying to do too much more than be on campus and get into your apartment and all that kind of stuff.
That's true.
So you don't really get into the town much.
Okay. Mm-hmm. Well, just be careful when you do that road trip in Texas, sis.
Yes, ma'am.
You stay on the regular road and as populous as it can be. Because doesn't Texas still have sundown states?
Wait, listen, it's the South. I'll be driving through the whole South, so I understand.
Okay.
Georgia, Alabama, Mississippi,
all that. All right, drive during the day.
Louisiana,
drive during the day. All right, y'all. So we'll see you next week. Hopefully, we'll have a candidate. I'm gonna send out emails today.
All righty.
All right.
Bye.